watch with history only who's in trouble, who's in top, who's in the bubble. History only who's in trouble, who's in top, who's in the bubble. Yes. The Observer. History only who's in trouble, who's in top, who's in the bubble. History only who's in trouble, who's in top, who's in the bubble. The Observer.
So I'll give you that permission. If you want to go live today, tomorrow, Monday, whenever, I'll give you all the permissions to out all the messages. And I have no dramas about that at all. So, not at all. In fact, actually, I encourage you to release the messages. Because in the end, it's probably not me that's going to look the bad person. So, just saying. Loyalty is always key with me, as you know. How you doing, Vicky? Sorry if I missed anyone. Laura Line, thank you. Alexa, volume 2. I didn't like the way things happened. I mean, I'm guilty myself. When you're told something, you're far up alive. Like, I ain't digging at Luke for that. I would never, because at the end of the day, I'm going to be real with you. I've done that myself. I am not going to be a hypocrite. But what I did see today was wrong in many, many levels. Because not only did you run a live and say it about Pearl, and mods, I'm going to need a favour off you mods as well, if you don't mind, please, today. Out these messages yourself, Alex, before they all get manipulated. Oh, JP, they can't get manipulated. I have no worries. I have no concerns, you know. I'm as real as it comes when it comes to that shit. Like, off the app, on the app, I've got nothing to worry about, you know what I mean? So I let people out messages, don't bother me in the slightest. What I am going to say is that how that all was all done today was wrong because, like I said, Pearl was never ever doing a live on Luke, ever. That was not the case. I've received the voice note that was sent, and it was unaware to me. I didn't know this conversation between these two parties had happened. What you need to understand, these two people had a private conversation, and I was unaware of this conversation happening. But today I asked the question and said, did you say that? And then they said, no, this is the only thing I said. And I was forwarded everything. And not once was it said about a live to be done on Luke, never once. All that was said was Luke yet again throw me under the bus when it comes to Zach and mentioning his dad. How would you like it if I basically mentioned the Chester situation? That was it. So that was literally it. So I don't know where this live's been coming from, and I would be strongly against it. Like, if that was the case, I know Pearl would never do that. So, and if I found that out, that live was going to go ahead and that was going to go on about Chester and Luke and all that stuff, I would be the first to pipe up and say that live should not be held. That live should never have been held. Like the situation with the Zach's dad, I didn't even know about that until it was too late. But everyone blamed me and said, "Oh, Alex knew about it," and everyone was coming from the woodwork going, "Oh yeah, Alex definitely knew about it. Miss Red knew about it. All these people know about it." We never. Like, this is what I mean. No one knew about any of this. This is what I'm trying to say. I have no hatred towards anyone. I'm not trying to bring anyone down. And I found it was a bit ironic earlier that bloody Jess in the comments earlier when she was going, Luke, they're trying to take you down. Pin Jess's comment. Jess was the bloody one that was laughing about fucking Talia, the Bye Bye Baby tune. So it's all hypocrisy. You're asking someone to be pinned. The one that said fucking go on Angie when she was playing Bye Bye Baby for Talia. Like, fucking hell. Hypocrisy. The app's mad. Rife with it. So don't fucking, this is what I mean. It's madness. Thank you, Michelle. It depends what you want in life. It depends what you want on this app. Me, I don't care. I want to get on with people. I want to just do my lives, chill, and I can't be arsed with the back and forths. But it just stinks of hypocrisy. I'm a hypocrite myself. I'm the one to out myself when it comes to hypocrisy. I've turned a blind eye to a lot of stuff on the app, and I thought, you know what, I shouldn't have. But I did, because that's what you're doing, friends. You know what I mean? You do turn a blind eye and you're biased towards your friends. That is factual. Thank you, Carol. You know what I mean? How you doing, Gypsy Lynn? Sorry if I missed anyone, guys. I'm okay, Lindsay. I just don't want a false narrative to be put out there. Hopefully Luke finds out what had gone on and what's been said, and he comes and he goes, you know what, I've got it wrong, and then whatever happens from then happens. But no way was anyone going to do a live on Luke. I would be strongly against it, because at the end of the day, I don't want people's traumas being dragged across an app for point scoring. At the end of the day, attack the person, or go at the person if you want to go at them. Don't have to mention people's traumas. So that's wrong, the way Pearl was thinking today. And mods, what I want you to do, please, mods, if you ever get a chance today, is go through the recordings, right, of everyone in Luke's live today that have switched on Pearl. I'm not on about the ones that are supporting Luke, because Luke deserves support as well. If he felt that way, Luke deserves his own support. Nothing to do with that. But I'm looking for the people that was flippy floppy, that have twisted and tried and gone after Pearl instead of listening to two sides of the story. If you see them in this chat today, block them. Block them. I don't want them around me. I don't want people like that around me. Not at all. Because that's what's wrong with TikTok. It's them sort of people. I'm saying how it is. Thank you, Daz. So if you've seen any of them people that have flip-flopped and switched like that, without listening to two sides of a story, then fuck them off. Get them out of here. I don't want none of them in here. But if there's been people just supporting Luke with the blue hearts and that, leave them because they're fine. Because Luke obviously deserves support. You deserve support in your own community, 100%. But I'm not having the flippy floppy, the trouble causers. Get them fucking out of here because I don't want nothing to do with them. Thank you, Jill. I don't literally nothing to do with them. They can stay well away from me because that's what's wrong with TikTok. Gossip Insider, like I said, there's no dramas. You like who you like and everyone can like whoever they want. But like I said today, there was a narrative put out there which was incorrect. Pearl and Luke have had a dig back and forth for a while, and that's happened. So if actually, yeah, a little bit of an animosity. But no way was that ever going to be today. No one wants to bring Luke down. Why would anyone want to bring Luke down? Thank you, Malfrey. No one wants to bring Luke down. No one wants to bring Donna down. Of course not. No one wants this. Irish Kelly was in there agreeing with it all. Irish Kelly's Irish fucking Kelly. That's all she is. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. It's madness. Yeah, I know. It's madness. Afternoon, Mr. Yeah, so I did see it now. I've been sent screenshots and that. Don't you think I have? You know what I mean? Believe you and me, I've seen what I need to see today from certain people. One person wants this Alex EQ. Well, to be fair, the person that's caused this, she knows who's caused. The person knows who's. Do you know what? The person knows what's happened today, and they've made a massive error today. They've made a massive error today. Like I said, one thing you do when you're speaking to friends in confidence is you don't relay messages that can cause trouble, and that's what happened. But the message that was relayed wasn't the message; it was a narrative and not the truth. So that's what I'm saying. And I'm pretty sure Pearl will have a say later regarding that. But like I said, I'm clearing up the air. Luke was saying about, he's surprised about me and all this stuff. Was you surprised about Alex jumping in the box? No. Do you know why I jumped in the box and I went for you? It's because I was hurt and I was angry. Because when you talked about an FYP show in the morning talking about you wasn't talking about Zach. So the only other person you was talking about, remember, Zach wasn't on the app. What other FYP show in the early morning speaks about you, Luke? That was only me when I had my say and on my cryptic, remember? So you was talking about me. So that's why I jumped into the box. Let's not lie now. Let's all be adults and admit our responsibility, admit accountability here. You was directing it at me, but you didn't say my name. That's why I jumped up. Because what other FYP talks about in the morning, Zach was off the app. So, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. That's the reason why I jumped up in the box, and I was hurt from the way everything's gone on. Because, like I said, I've only ever been a loyal friend to people on this app, and I felt like I got through under a bus and shit on. So that's just going to be me, and that's my honest opinion regarding it. Yeah, Luke admitted it was about you. So that's what I mean, Dory, like I said. So I had every intention to jump in the box and challenge what that person was saying, you know? So if someone's mentioning me, I'm more entitled. Like if Luke wanted to pop in this box now and have his say, you know, I wouldn't turn him down, you know? But like I said, there's people that want this. There's people that have tried to put us a wedge in between us all, between the friendships, you know, and you'd be surprised who that person is. It's been the same person that's tried to cause divides for a long time, you know? You'd be surprised. But like I said, at the end of the day, like I said, I ain't trying to bring anyone down. I've got my loyalties to Pearl. She's always been there for me, and you know what I mean? I had loyalties to a lot of people, you know? I was real from day one, and I felt like I got shit on, so it is what it is. But I've not once wanted anything bad to happen to anyone, them to be off an app, them to target. Yeah, I've said, you know, I'd love to fucking wind them up or, you know, fuck with their head a little bit. Of course. Who's not going to say that? Like I said, I like to do stuff like that, and I like to put edits out there and little wind people up. That's what I like to do. I've done it from day dot. You know what? I'd rather do that than threaten people and do all the madness that goes on this app, the sneakiness behind there, the doxing our fake accounts and all that. I'd rather just wind you up. Thank you, Kat. I'd rather just play you up with edits and stuff. But like I said, don't spin narratives that, you know what I mean, that I was going to ever hurt you or I was going to try and bring your platform down. It was just, for today, it was just so animated. You got to understand, nobody can bring anyone down on this app. You're the only person that can cancel yourself. Afternoon, Rockabilly Marina. Remember, the only person that can cancel you is yourself. That's it. Simple as. How you doing, Shell? I think, to be honest with you, I just think now, it's got to the point now where people are bored. There's certain drama that's been going on with the back and forth with Evil Queen and all this stuff. It's like people need a new story. I don't get it. Oh, Linda. I think literally people seem to want a story and a new story because, or a new beef, really. I just think it's bullshit. And I ain't going to be used as a weapon to be arguing with people. So I missed. Who's been setting Alex? Frangelica, no one's really been upsetting me. It was like people mentioned me earlier, and like I said, I don't want a false narrative to be spun, which is not the case at all. If you want to know the truth, ask me, and I'll tell you the truth. I've got nothing to hide. Literally have nothing to hide. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Lula. There literally is. There is stuff going on. Of course there is. Nothing to do with us. We're just chilling. We're doing our own thing. You're looking at the wrong side if you're looking for things getting manipulated and twisted. 100% you are. You know? You're definitely looking at the wrong side. The Nun, how you doing, Francesca? Why does there have to be stories? Why can't people just have convos of fun? That's the problem, innit? No, Sophie, I can see that comment. Behave. Yeah, I know. Afternoon, Jen. It's getting mentally draining. But some people want this, though, FYP Insider. People want this, you know, because, like I say, certain platforms need drama constantly to keep it thriving. Other than that, I'm not talking about FYP shows now. I'm just talking about, in general, people like the drama and FYP shows. Not FYP shows, like other shows and lives and whatever. How you doing, Lynn Clarewood? But like I say, I'm not having shit spun about me. Because the past 2 times that Luke's been live, it's been like little innuendos about me. Like, oh, Pearl, you've had people sitting with Canadian Angie. Well, you're making people question if it's me. I've been in the comment section once in Canadian Angie's live when she was playing a video about me, and I said that she got it all wrong and it wasn't me, defending myself. Like, I went into Angie's before and defended myself because it was wrong what the video was saying, what the narrative was pushed. That's it. I ain't talking to no one. But you're putting you're putting false doubt in people's heads and Pearl's head. You'll never see fucking messages from me and Canadian Angie. Never in a month for Sundays. You're crazy. But like I say, it's all a game to some people. It's a game you'll end up all losing. Because in the end, people are going to ask for receipts, and there's going to be no receipts to become. So, who's staring it up because I can't keep up draining? Well, I'll leave that to Pearl. I'll leave Pearl to tell you if she does. She names the person tonight that relayed the message to Luke, which was incorrect. You know? And to be fair, no one should have relayed the rant between friends, you know? So, is what it is. I'll let people just be people and let their own up to their accountability. The viewers need to take part back these people spinning stories. Poetic Rec, 100%. Alex, can you recap? I'm confused this morning. Sophie, the easiest way to do is just to check the FYP, to be honest with you, because like I said, I don't really want to keep going over back and forth. All I've come on is to say that me getting mentioned and all this stuff about Pearl and associates are trying to take my platform. I have no interest in taking your platform. For one, it can't be took, because no one can take anyone's platform, and for 2, I haven't got the energy to even try to. I really don't want to be going at people that I once had a lot of love for on a daily basis, because it's boring. Like, I'd rather just be authentic, go live, chill with my community, or whoever wants to be in my room, have a laugh, and that's it, come off the app. That's what I want to do. I don't want to be stuck up in fake dramas, in boxes 24/7, dragging people down and all this stuff. I don't want it. I just don't want it, you know? I think everyone's got really good platforms. But like I said, I will today back my friend, because at the end of the day, something's been put out there which is not correct in front of 4,000 people, and I've seen people attack her in the comment sections saying, oh yeah, you should know this, you should know what she's like, she's a racist, she's this, blah blah blah. Look at the comment section, and it was allowed. It was allowed. I requested Luke's box earlier. Here's one for you. Do you know, before it escalated, I requested Luke's box earlier, just to say, Luke, you've got this wrong, find out the truth before you go off on this. I was going to go in the box, nice as pie. I weren't going to cause him any. I wasn't going to be nasty. I weren't going to shout. I was going to go, Luke, jump down, please. Find out the truth before this escalates. And you know what happened? Mod rejected the request. It's because people around him want this, and that's a fact. The mods wanted to stop me going in that box to calm the situation down. There you go. Moderator rejected the request. And all I was going to go in there is, Luke, please find out the truth. I weren't going to say anything nasty, anything bad. Hand on heart, on my life, I was just going to go in there and say, you know what, Luke, find out the actual truth before this escalates. And it come up, moderated, rejected request. I didn't see your request. Alicia, on my life, on my daughter's life, I requested that box. And after about 8 seconds, I'd say, it come up, moderated, rejected request. All I was going to do is say in there, at the end of the day, this is wrong, you've got this wrong, go and find out the truth. That was all. Thank you, Joanne. So then it wouldn't have gone on to the extreme that it did. So I just wanted to neutralise the situation, because I knew for a fact there's too much false shit getting spread around. Thank you, Crazy Welsh. Afternoon to yourself. One and only thank you. Alex, can I please message you about something, please? Yeah, Sugar and Spice, message me if you want. Not a drama. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Sharon. I couldn't even watch it as soon as I heard it was about Pearl. At the end of the day, like I said, I ain't slagging Luke off regarding him going live, because at the end of the day, I'd be a massive hypocrite. Me, myself, if I have heard something through the grapevine about me, I would fire up a live myself. But like I said, the way it escalated and the things that were said didn't need to be said. You know, it could have been neutralised very fast. Thank you, Beckles. Thank you, Claire. It was just wrong. It's just mad, isn't it? Thank you. Afternoon, Maggie. Hi, Claire. Kate Walls, 100%. Thank you, Jelly. That's the problem. And I ain't moaning at Luke for going live. Believe you and me, I'd done the same. I'd be a hypocrite sitting here now and saying to you, oh my God, I would not have gone live. I would have found out the truth. No. But all I'm saying is the whole situation is false and wrong. I even written in the comment section a few times, but obviously the comments were going fast, so that's not going to get picked up. I literally said, you've got this wrong, find out the truth, and I think I wrote something else. All the clicker falling out. The thing is, when you look at the clique's just a bunch of people that are friends, you know. There is no secret conversations. I mean, yeah, we've had group calls and whatnot. That's what happens. It's life. We have friendships, we have calls and stuff like that. But when you look at a clique and trying to bring people down, that never happens, you know. That never once happened. You listen to toxic creators that said that to try and make you feel sorry for them for money. You know that, don't you? When all this shit was going down and all these people going live saying the clique's trying to bring me down and all this stuff, they're all coming together. No, that was just for gifts. That was just for people to feel sorry for them. There was no cliquey conversations and stuff. You say you went at Luke because she was hurt. Surely this is Luke reacting to being hurt. But being hurt to what though? Because the information he's got is incorrect. I was hurt for a different reason. You know, because I was one of the ones that was literally on my own. So like I wanted to make sure everyone was back, everyone was, you know what I mean, not getting attacked no more. And I felt that I achieved that in the end. But you know what happened then? I got shit on. And that's the truth. That's the truth. So if you want to know the truth, I fucking have. I'm not crying. Just trust me, guys, I'm not crying my throat's in bits. But yeah, I'm not fucking. I was never once that person that everyone's made me out to be. And now I know, off the back of this now, I know I'm going to get absolutely attacked from all different angles. But you know what the difference is? I'm ready for it, you know. How you doing, OGL? I'm ready for it. Because I'm in different minds now, you know. And I welcome it. I absolutely welcome it, you know. Because like I say, I am confident that I'll come out best on this. You know what I mean? I'm confident that I'll come out on top. So, because no one can say anything bad about me, really. Only on past things, you know. What can I say? I've been a loyal friend. I've never done anything wrong to in my friendships. I've never tried to hurt anyone. I've never tried to bring anyone down. I've only had things to say about people that have tried to do me wrong. That's it. You know what I mean? No one could come up here now and show me messages now where I've done anything other than be a good true friend. No one could. Because like I say, I'd rather go down than be the horrible div that keeps leaking messages. So, have you texted him and told him it's not correct, Angela? He would know it wasn't correct by now. Because messages have been sent. Yeah, so he would know now that it's been twisted wrong, and yeah. But like I say, we know when people say like that people are jealous of people's platforms. I seen earlier on in the live, in the chat saying, oh, they're just jealous of your platform and Miss Red's platform, right? Let me tell you now, and I want you to take this and make your own opinion. I would have a bigger platform, and Pearl would have a bigger platform if we was friends with everyone. If we was friends, all of us, Donna, me, Luke, Pearl, all these, we would have bigger platforms if we decided to all be friends and turned away with morals and everything. So how can you say we're jealous? But no, it doesn't work like that, because I'm happy with what I've got. I don't need to be mixing with fucking people when I think to myself, you know what? I don't need to answer for anyone then. All I can do is answer for myself. If you don't agree with something I've done, then please say to me, you don't agree with me, and that's cool. We'll move on from situations. We're not always going to agree. But one thing I won't have is people spin a false narrative on me, because that ain't going to happen. Because I'd never do it to anyone else. I ain't going to spin false narratives. I ain't going to go live and start saying to people, oh, yeah, but this is the situation with Luke. This is the situation with Miss Red, blah, 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 blah. Never in the case. Because at the end of the day, I've had a lot of time for him. You know? I've had a lot of time for him in the past. Spent a lot of time with him. Seen him upset. You know what I mean? Seen him laugh. I ain't the evil person. I never have been the evil person with any of this shit. All I wanted was an easy life on this app. And I know what comes from it now, and I'm ready for it. So there we go. It is what it is. It's not about quantity, it's about quantity. 100%. But like I say, whatever comes from it now, like I said, mods, if you do see any of the flippy floppy people in Luke's live earlier, not the ones that are supporting Luke, definitely not the ones that are putting blue hearts, none of them, because that's fair. Luke deserves all the support he can get. But what I won't have is the people that were slagging Pearl off that come into my live and say hello to Pearl and big her up. They're the people I want out. I don't want nothing to do with them. I want them far away to me as possible. And if I do see them, I'm going to out them as well. I've been snaky fakes. So they can just get to fuck, to be honest with you. I don't want them around me. I'd rather be real with people around me than literally have the people that are just going to slate people behind people's backs. Ain't happening. It's just sad, isn't it? I like all of you. That's cool. No one should ever ask anyone to choose. And one thing I didn't like earlier was the polls. When it comes to the polls, it shouldn't have happened yesterday. Because you know why the polls were used? It's when a host wants to know how the chat stands. Because if the chat would have gone 50-50, Luke would have reacted differently and gone, you know what, I understand what polls... And that's how it would have gone. That's why polls are used. They're used as weapons to kind of go which way the audience is flowing. And you know one thing I don't like as well is mentioning all different communities. That's why I was also wrong. We've got Angie's community in there. We know why you've got Angie's community in there. Oh, and we've got the evils. We know why this is happening. Because you have to try and maintain and be a people pleaser to boost your audience, and I will never be that way. I want people to watch me that like me and want to watch me, not for the sake of, you know, people pleasing to boost my platform. That will never be the case. Everyone's different, you know, and I ain't slagging anyone off. A host can choose to do their live how they want. It just, because of how the sensitive topics that was mentioned, I wouldn't have done a poll. I wouldn't have done a poll regarding it, because I just think it was a bit sensitive. You're talking about traumas, people outing people's traumas and grape and all this stuff. I think a poll was just a little bit insensitive. It's like I never did a poll. Did I believe Talia was pregnant and stuff like that? I would never have done a poll because I don't agree with it. Thank you, Sandra. I don't agree with shit like that, so I wouldn't have done a poll. But a lot of people did, and it wasn't for me. And like I said, a lot of people was annoyed at the fact is that, like I said, you had a lot of energy today, and you know, I mean, fair enough. You had all the energy today to go at Pearl, but where was the energy yesterday in Delusive's room? And I'll keep it real with you. You had the energy to go at Michelle, but remember, Michelle was only repeating what Angie said, and that's all I'm saying. You know, regarding that situation, Michelle was only a carbon copy of what Angie said, but the energy was kept towards Michelle and not the host, which is the host controls the live. Remember that. So, Alex can ask a question, Loss. Are you supporting EQ or not? I don't think you were. I'm not supporting Evil Queen. You absolutely no way on God's green earth. If Evil Queen said to me today, you know what, I've got a way of bringing Luca misread down now. Do you want to come on board now? I would be like, absolutely fucking not. You know, and I probably would give him a heads up. I'll keep it real. You know, because like I said, I'm not that person. Never in a month for Sundays. Remember, I told you the reason why. I've lost 2 children. So yeah, it's not somewhere I stand, unfortunately. Sorry, fortunately. I never need to. Yeah, exactly. I never need to sell my soul for anything on this app. I would take it to anything. That's what I mean. But like I said, at the end of the day, you can all think what you want. You're all entitled to your opinions. Like, but all I'm going to say to you is, if all these narratives are being pushed, I've literally said I give you permission to out the messages where what you've tried to say today about me. I'll give you permission to out the messages. I really do. In fact, actually, you can do it on you can do it on Donna's live if you want, in front of 6,000 people in the morning. I'll give you all the permissions to go live and out these messages that you say you have. I'll literally give you permission. No dramas at all. Because at the end of the day, like I said, it is what it is, isn't it? I don't think I'm the one that's going to look bad in the end. So, how you doing, Milzer? Leash, how you doing? But remember, I was never the one talking about outing messages, and I never would, because like I don't stand with that shit, to be honest with you. I never would. And to be fair, there's nothing really that juicy anyway. I don't think I'd have to look through, but I'm not even interested. You know, I'm not interested. It's not me. Alex, you trust the wrong ones. Just do you? Nah, do you know what it is me? I don't trust the wrong ones. I trust people that I believed were on the same wavelength as me, had the same mindset and wanted the same things on the app, which was a laugh, peace, building a community, having fun. That wasn't money based, but in the end, I do believe some people's. I'm not calling anyone out now. I'm not calling Luke misread or anyone. I do believe that a lot of people don't really give a shit about communities and the people around them. They only give a shit about money, and that's fair enough. That's on them, because I know for a fact now there's a lot of smaller creators now that are trying to grow their platform, and a lot of the bigger creators don't give a shit. A lot of people don't give a shit. I'm going to be honest with you. I try and help smaller creators that are building their platforms. I put myself out when I can to try and help elevate their lives and stuff if I can. You know what I mean? I ain't no big creator in that, don't get it twisted. But at the end of the day, I still get a reasonable audience. So if I can help people, I'll help people. When do you ever see fucking other people do it? Not really, do they? Because they're only in it for themselves. Like, at the end of the day, I'll always be authentic to how I receive respect. If people respect me, I'll give respect back. People come for me, I'll hit back, simple as. Keely, I'm going to be real with you. As much as you've been a nice person in my life, I'm going to block you, Keely, just because I've seen you in Luke's live earlier and what you were saying my loyalty's here, and you didn't want to listen to 2 sides. So unfortunately, Keely, you're blocked. Like I said to you, I ain't holding no more prisoners now. I'm going to see it for what it is now. At the end of the day, the people. Oh, thank you, Sarah. You didn't have to do that. The people that are here now are going to be here. You know. Do you know what, isn't it, Nilly? Do you know what, isn't it about Savage? I'm not going to have people around now that are quick to turn on Pearl and then come in my live and say, you know what, instead of listening to 2 sides, you've ran with one side, which isn't the truth. Ain't happening. Sorry, ain't happening. I'm now out for myself with my friends and people that support me, my community, and the people that are in the live now. That's how I stand. Just please listen to the truth. Thank you, Purple Dawn. Wait until the truth comes out, and then a lot of people are going to go, "Oh, okay, then that was wrong, and it came across wrong." Because if you think Pearl would have gone live and spoke about Chester's trauma, which Chester don't want speaking about on an app, you are mad. You know how much Pearl thinks of Chester. You think she would have used Chester's trauma as a conversation when Chester doesn't want it on the app? Come on now. You know what I mean? How you doing, Natalie North? So, yeah, I know Sharon, but that's what I mean. She would never have ever gone live with it and spoke about it again. It's not hers to speak about. And you know what the mad thing is as well? And I will say this, and like I said, I ain't digging anyone out. One thing, why is Lucy getting involved? That surprised me as well. I'll be real with you. That surprised me with Lucy, considering she talks about she doesn't want to be in drama. She wants to do music. She messaged Luke while on the live saying, oh, and me as well. Like, that surprised me. I'll be real with you. And I'll say it with chest. I ain't going to be one of them people that's fake. That annoyed me. Considering she cries about being in drama and that people talk about her. All of a sudden, then she got herself involved earlier. Like I say, big platform. A lot of people side with the big platforms because they think they can elevate their music through them, or they can, you know what I mean, get a boost, you know what I mean, in an audience and stuff like that. But I'll be honest with you, a lot of people on this app, for some reason, and I think it's strange, don't give a shit about musicians on this app. And it's a shame, you know, because they should get a lot more recognition. Musicians on this app should get a lot more audience than they get currently, but they don't, unfortunately, on here. So I think sometimes people side with bigger creators and that to try and push their music out, which is cool. But getting involved in the drama side, which was today, was wrong in my eyes because there was no reason to say, oh, and me, like, why throw yourself into the argument for? So then if Chester then retaliates, then what you're going to do, go live and play a victim again? No chance. Ain't happening. So if Chester chooses to speak out and start going and moaning about someone again, that's on you because you brought yourself into the situation. Simple as. That's what I mean up today. Is a lot of people don't get the a lot of people don't realise how many good singers are on here. But like I say, you can support whoever you want, and that's fine. Like I said, no hate from me, and I'm not going to be doing lives and digging people out and slating people. All I've come on is to speak the truth, and I guarantee you now, not one of them people that I spoke about today can come on and say that I'm lying. I bet you not one of them can. So there you go. I bet you won't hear that Alex has come back. It sounds like people are expected to pick sides. Caroline, no one is expecting no one to pick a side. I don't want... There should be no sides. I've said this every day I'm alive since I've been doing FYP. There should never be a side. No one should be made to pick a side. But what people should be made to do is to stay neutral and make their mind up on a situation when there's two sides to a story. Instead of going in one live saying, oh, I love you, Luke. I back you. Pearl shouldn't have done this. She's an idiot. And then going into Pearl's live and saying, oh, Pearl, I love you with the yellow hearts and all that. They're wishy-washy people. That's what's wrong with TikTok. Because you never know where you stand with your audience there when people are so fast to like switch. I hate people like that. If I dislike you, I dislike you. You know what I mean? I won't be in your life. And the only reason I've been keeping out of boxes for the past month is because I wanted to see where my people was at. I wanted to see where the real people was if they really like me. And now I know. I know now in certain lives. And I mean, like I said, I was surprised. I wouldn't say I was surprised. Like, no, I'm not going to go into it, you know. I was going to mention someone then, but I thought, you know what, I don't need to mention her, to be fair. She's, you know what I mean, credit where credit's due, but I'm not going to mention her. You know, I'm not fussed on your size, Alex. Katie, thank you. How you doing, Francis? You okay? But yeah, at the end of the day, the real ones don't sit in boxes. Yeah, it's just Shelley, exactly. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be one of them people, you know, that jumps in lives all day. I don't mind mixing up, jumping in boxes, saying hello to people. Like, you know what I mean? Last night, everyone was like, there's drama going on over here. There's people turning up at people's addresses. And what happened to me? I was happily chilling on another app with Jelly and all her community, having a laugh, having a bit of a chilled one. Because the drama, I'm not bothered. People think that, oh, Alex, you fueled it with drama. Really? I stayed in Jelly's live until I fell asleep in there. And you know what I mean? I wasn't bothered about the people turning up at doors and all that stuff. Because, to be honest with you, I don't know what to believe anymore with anything. I literally don't know what to believe anything because it seems to be when things are quiet, there's a massive thing that happens the next day. Have you not noticed that though? Have you not noticed once you get a day of quiet when people go, oh, it's been quiet on TikTok today, there's a massive thing that happens. Not just a little thing like a drama or an argument. It's people turning up at doors, people being doxxed. Every single day, every single time there's a little bit of quiet, there's something mad that happens. And that's why I say, like, I don't know what to believe anymore. I'll just stick with what I want to stick with. So you can always chill and do whatever you want, but please just remain neutral to now and observe what's been going on and let people tell their side, and then you can have you make your choice then. It's a storyline, Canadian Caroline. It's not with me then. Like I said, you'll never. I don't need to be involved in any script or any storyline. No, in fact, actually, any single person on this app, I'll give you permission to out a message now where I've been involved in any storyline or a script, let's say, where I've come online to be fake. The only thing you'd ever say is like when I played that once when I said, "Oh, Pearl's been arrested." I wasn't told to do that. That was a joke because everyone was talking about a situation. I've seen it in another live when there was, I think it was someone in Shepherdess's community was saying about, "Oh, I've heard Pearl's been arrested," and I went, "Oh my god!" And I ran with it and said, "Yeah, Pearl's been arrested," as a joke. I don't do scripts. No one tells me what to do. You know what I mean? I'll always be me. So, like I said, the people that was in Luke's live day supporting Luke with the blue hearts, you are not going to get any shade or I don't want nothing, no hatred to go from my community to you. Luke deserves his deserved his support, 100%. But the people that was in there slating Pearl and calling her a wrong gun and making out like she'd done something wrong without listening to two sides, and then you're coming in my live and bigging her up, and nah, you're getting blocked. And I will be blocking you from Pearl's live as well. Because we don't want people that are around us, we want real. Alex, watch Talia's post when you come off. Emma, can you give me a rundown what Talia's post says? Please, and I'll react to it now. So why are you saying others are involved in scripts? I think it's pretty obvious, to be honest with you. I think if you want to know, things like this don't happen every day. You know what I mean? It's not a soap. It's not a reality. You know what I mean? How come a collective of about... Yeah, please, Jay. How can you tell me, right? It's like Emmerdale. This app is like Emmerdale. There's a collective of about 14 different hosts where there's a drama every day. That's not real life. How many people do you know in your street? You've got more than 14 people in your street. Is every day on your street a drama? Don't know, there isn't. There isn't. Things are made up for entertainment on this app as well. Don't buy into it. One sec. Let me just watch this video too. Okay, I'm back now. I'm back. I just wanted to say Talia's post. Someone said, but whatever. But like I said, at the end of the day, for me, I'm not really interested in what happened last night with that turn up at people's doors. Should people be turning up at people's doors? I'm not going to say yes or no. You know, when people say like, oh my God, yeah, that shouldn't happen, you shouldn't be taking it off the app. Well, what's the outcome? When you're targeting people's children and laughing about a baby loss and stuff in the real world, how would you deal with it? Do you want me to be totally honest with you? How would you deal with it? If you've lost a baby, yeah, and someone come up to you in the street and said to you, I don't believe you was pregnant, laughing at you, playing Bye Bye Baby, how would you deal with it? It's just a question for you. So I guarantee you now, you wouldn't go, I'm going to phone the police. Would you? Can someone repin that? I didn't actually see what that said. It went off. Physical violence, 100%. 100%. Everyone would be laying hands upon that individual. And anyone that says they're not, they wouldn't, is a liar. No, hey, I don't think you... No, hey, but don't you think it's unfair to know that the truth and not tell the viewers who give them money? The thing is, right, like I said, I'm not involved in these people's friendships or know what goes on, but it's pretty obvious, like I just said to you. At the end of the day, right, it's like Emmerdale, you know, like there's so much happens in that little village with about 23 people, and it's like TikTok. Like, you're talking about a collective of about 16 different creators. There's dramas going on all the time. Every day there's a new drama. But there's probably about 100 people down your road. And is there a drama every day? No, there isn't. Definitely not. Probably once a week, if that, or every 2 weeks. It's because everything is heightened up for entertainment on the app for either money, clout, views. It's weird. How you doing, Kerry Sue? But like I said to you now, anyone that goes, oh my God, no one should be taking it off the app and all that stuff. Sometimes I think you really need to understand that in the real world, sometimes your actions deserve real life consequences. Like I said to you, if someone up to you and start, here's a question for you now, right? Say you're a parent and someone said, you know what, I'll come up to you in person in the street and said, I'm going to phone social services on you. You're a terrible parent. You're a scumbag. You're probably a peddler and all this stuff. How would you act? Would you go, oh my God, I'm so shocked, I'm going to phone the police? No, you wouldn't. You'd lay hands upon that person. I would, 100%. But people on the app are all scared and going, oh, no one should be going to people's houses. Well, what do you expect? The police ain't going to do anything about it. The police are going to be like, oh, yeah, probably a bit of malicious communication. I'm going to tell them off. I'm going to say to you, don't do that again. That's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. It's crazy how people support this madness on this app. It is, man. It makes me laugh. I wouldn't let Emma to walk away. I wouldn't. That would give them ammunition. I would walk away. Silence is golden. It depends, Wendy, what you mean. Like, when you go, like, silence is golden, I think the problem is when you say things like calling people pedlos and stuff in the real world. We're not talking about this app. We all know what's happened on this app when it comes to the word pedlo. It's been watered down now, and it's literally doesn't mean anything, unfortunately. But in the real world, mud sticks. Because I guarantee you now, if rumours had come that you was a pedlo on my street or anywhere where I'm from, your door's getting footed off. And I'll be real with you, if you heard a rumour from where I'm from that person 3 doors down was a peddler, your door's getting footed off 100%. No ifs, buts, maybes. That is a fact as well. Loads of stuff. The house would probably be burnt out, I'll be real with you, within a matter of a day. You know. But on the app it's different, you know. On the app it's different. Everyone can throw these words around. In the real world, it doesn't work like that. And anyone that thinks it does, You know what I mean? You're obviously from good stock, and you come from like a place where, you know what I mean, you can literally leave your door open over night time and not have any dramas. You know, leave your cars running. You know what I mean, go in the petrol station or whatever. You know, that sort of stuff. Because where I'm from, it isn't like that, and it'll never be like that, unfortunately. Like I said the other day, I know someone's house that got lit up over a £200 weed. You know, like literally just round the corner from me, literally a 2-minute walk from my house, an automatic weapon lit up the house over an ounce of, you know. There you go. Also know someone that got unalived for a £40 debt as well. So, like I say, I think it's from different walks of life. So, and like I say, you can all support and do whatever you want and whatnot. But like I said, today was just me coming on the line. 40 quid, Dan, in the city centre of Birmingham. Yeah, £40. Someone got his life taken from him. Afternoon, cheeky doll. You okay? Yeah. And that was over just a G of the old, you know. Yeah. £40 refused to pay him while he was out on a night out and said to him, you owe me money, and it all escalated. Next thing you know, weapon came out. Yeah. Game over. Rubery, aren't you? I'm not too far, Becca, from Rubery. Ain't too far. Nikki May, afternoon. Love Bug, afternoon. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Francis. But like I say, my whole life today was not to dig anyone out. It was just to prove a point that the narratives that are getting pushed are not true and false, and my name shouldn't be mentioned in any of this because Pearl and Associates, no, it's not. It's called Pearl and Friends, and there's no trying to bring anyone down. All we've done is stand by Talia and Rickster regarding the situation, stood on business, and yeah, there's been a few little digs and a little bit of a joking way, a few edits and stuff like that, but not one person has had a conversation and said, let's try and bring them down. Never once, and I never would, because I don't want that. I don't want people to be off the app. I don't want people's mental health to be fucked. Yeah, okay, I wanted to at one stage do a few edits and wind you all up, because that's how I felt, but that was about as far as it went, you know. Thank you, Kayla. But if you want to know the truth, like I said, I know from this day forward now, since this live, no one can go live and call me a liar. No one. There's a difference there, innit? Have you and Luke fell pit? Huh? Are you on about fell out? And me and Luke fell out? No, we had difference of... The thing is, right, I needed to do what I felt was right, which was not be people pleasing, you know. If I didn't agree with people and how they went on, I'd say it how it was. Some people just want a platform with everyone in there, with wrong-uns in there and that, and I don't want that. I don't want a platform with wrong-uns in my life. I don't want people in my boxes and stuff that are wrong-uns and stuff. So I don't want it, you know. So I thought, instead of trying to cause harm to people and whatnot, I thought, you know what? I'll just do me. Thank you. How you doing, Ali? Yeah, that was me. And obviously, Pearl has always had my back, and I know how Pearl stands, and it aligned with what I wanted from the app. How you doing, JJ? Like, the way Pearl acts and how her moral compass is, I don't care what people think of Pearl, and this is what's really annoyed me. Thank you, Sarah. Off this app, these people know what Pearl's like. That she's a lovely, kind soul. She'll do anything for anyone, and you know what? She's a bundle of fun. But I felt like Pearl was collateral damage today, and I didn't like it. You know, I'm okay, JJ. I didn't like Pearl today. I felt they must have seen Pearl as the weakest link, and she is no weak link at all. Not while I'm standing next to her, on the right and left side of her. She's no weak link, I can assure you now. And if people are going to continue to attack her, just to let you know, she's not alone. It's not just me. There is many other people behind her. So, and it might be people that you might be surprised with as well. But like I said, that you know what I mean. I'm not going to keep going into it, but like I said, I'll stand here with Pearl. Hopefully Luke corrects what's been said. Hopefully he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. That's up to him. I'm not going to tell him what to do. Hopefully he said that, you know what, the message has come across wrong and Pearl was never doing a live and he's got that wrong, but we'll see. Apart from that, like I said, what will be will be. Show, but Alex Pearl has said some wicked things about Luke. No hate show. I understand she's through digs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And she said things and stuff like that because she's hurt. You know, she's hurt. People say things in anger. You know, sometimes it ain't right. Of course not. But she was hurt. Like I said, she really loved Luke. There's a lot of it going on. I mean, just take a step back and look at it. Oh my God, see the fake profiles coming in now. Juju Mouse, there is going to be fake profiles in it because, like I said, Luke's got a lot of support. Miss Red's got a lot of support in there. And this is going to be looked at as kind of an attack. And it's not an attack. In the slightest, it's just me defending mine and Pearl's name regarding the situation. I shouldn't have been mentioned in this whole situation, but I've been mentioned, and I do believe I've been mentioned because they expect me to respond, and then it keeps up the drama going. But what I've done is, what Pearl did was so disrespectful. Melanie, what would you say was so disrespectful, Melanie? I mean, I don't know if you've just come in, but there was no live going to be held about Luke. There never was going to be a live How About Luke. And I'm not going to say anything bad about you because I don't know how far... I'm not going to say anything bad about you anyway, but I'm not going to say anything negative because at the end of the day, I don't know how much you've actually heard of this live, so I'm not going to jump on you. Kitty Cat, thank you. Thank you, Sabrina. I don't know, you know, LG, I don't think it can be fixed. I think the ship's sailed now. I think people have picked their people, and that's that now, and I think that's fine, you know. But what I will say, what don't make much sense to me, is the people now that today, I'm not going to name anyone. I'm not going to be that person to call people out today because do you know what it is? I'm going to get attacked as it is. So I'm not going to warrant any more people attack me because, like I said, I can't be bothered. It's boring. A lot of these people today that are going big up Luke, big up Misread. We are Team Misread. We are Team Luke. You are the idiots, and I'll say how I want. You are the idiots that once upon a time, 12 months ago, was in them lives firing up saying we want Luke and Misread off this app. These should never ever be firing up alive. You are them people. But all of a sudden now it's, oh, big up Luke, we love you, Luke, we love you, Misread. No, you were the fuckers that was trying to get him off the app. And I was the opposite. I was the one trying to keep him on the app. So, you know what I mean? Make that make sense. I ain't going to call you all out because you know what I mean? Fucking idiots. So have you fell out with Misread? I ain't fell out with no one. I just don't, you know, I just do my own thing. I haven't got no hatred for anyone. I really don't. But like I said, if Pearl decides to speak out and thinks tonight, she will. If she decides to name people, she will. That's on Pearl. She's entitled to that. I ain't doing it because at the end of the day, I remember you have Luke's back when he came off. I was the only one. Remember, I was the only one alone with a platform that held it down. Because remember, no one went live at that time. It was only me, and I was getting shafted by Zach, Angie, EQ at the time. I was going live, and all the communities were coming at me, and I was saying no, they're not bad people and all that stuff. That's what happened. I got absolutely ripped to shreds. People bringing out my fucking dead father, all mad stuff. Do you know what? It was weird. It was madness. That time was worst time of my life. That was. But you know what? I stood my ground, and I'm glad I did. You know, I'm still glad. I don't regret any part of it, you know. Even though I don't speak to people, I don't speak to them no more. I'm still glad that I did. I don't regret any part of it. Because at the end of the day, no one deserved to get pushed off the app, and no one deserved to be attacked the way that they was attacked. Because I knew the truth. So I don't fucking regret any part of it. So, it is what it is. But like I said, all the people that are slagging me off now, that'll go around the app saying, oh, Alex is this, Luke, you're better off with Alex, and Misread, you're better off with Alex. You can say that. That's cool. But I'm partly the reason they're still on this app. So, just remember when you poke the ball. Jelly, only if you knew, mate. Only if you fucking know. Just remember who is doing it, Alex. Oh, I know who's doing it. And I know the gameplays. And you'd be surprised if I told you it was. You'd be absolutely fucking surprised. And I'm not talking about this today. I'm not even just talking about the actual the relaying of the message today. There is a controller from it all. So, who is the instigator, Alex? I ain't even going to bother entertaining it because you know I know what happens then. I know what happens. So, I know you all want me to tell you, and do you know these guys, I shouldn't even really mention it, but do you know the reason why I say things like this? Because they know, and they will respond, and when they respond, all I'm going to say is, when they respond, and they come for me, they've come for me because they are guilty. They've not come for me to try and defend themselves, they've came at me because they are guilty. So if you see people start mentioning me now, and start saying certain things without proof and evidence, that's the person. Remember that. That is the person. Because there's no reason. All I've ever been is a loyal fucking friend. Remember that. I've only ever been a loyal friend. And whatever said to me in confidence, I'll take to the grave. So, there you go. Oh, Angela, I was spoken about earlier. That's what do you think Pearl and Associates is? What do you think the other day when I was mentioned about an early morning FYP show that talks about him and everything? It's all to do with me. It's all to do with me. So, I hope so. I've messaged you some strong stuff. Oh, Angie, anything that anyone's ever told me will be. I'm not one to pass any information. I'm not anyone that says anything to me. It's kept in confidence. And that's including every single friendship that I've ever had. Even Delusive Angie once upon a time told me something in confidence. And no matter how much we had a back and forth, never once told anyone because it's not my business to tell. Never even told my closest friends on the app. Never once because it's nothing to do with me. So thank you, Vix. Nothing at all. But I think people sometimes are a little bit different when it comes to like that. But like I said, I'll give them all the permission to out any of them fucking messages. So let them crack on. I'm not hiding. Thank you, Vic. Thank you, Spiritual Sam. I've got literally nothing to hide in the slightest. That's why I'm actually encouraging Luke to out the messages. And we'll see what happens from there. Because the one thing I won't be looked upon is in a bad light anyway, 100% not. Oh, Shabba. Kitty cat. But like I said, I'm only on here to defend myself and defend Pearl's name. Other than that, like I said, whatever drama happens from that, you know what I mean, it's up to them. I just think that's why yeah. They were all in a group call earlier with DD. Who's DD? They're Dave Duran's. Well, doesn't surprise me, does it? If that's the case. I don't know if it's factual, that is. I don't know if that's factual, but if that's the case, then that's the case, isn't it? I don't know. Kate Walls, Kitty Cat. Oh, Techno, I've got this. He said, well, sometimes don't I mean, I'm not saying it's not true, Bambi, but you know what I mean, don't believe what certain people say and this, that. But yeah, I'll always stand my ground, you know what I mean? And I've got Pearl's back. She's been a good person to me. And that's all I'm saying. But like I say, a lot of people have chose their side already, even though there shouldn't be sides. A lot of people have chose their side, which unfortunately for you, you've made a wrong call here. A massive wrong call. So if you do end up getting blocked and shunned, then it's your fault, nothing to do with else. So it's mad, isn't it? We'll see what happens from tonight anyway, because I think well, we'll see what happens, isn't it? I'm on my own side. So that's how it should be. Oh, Luke's on. Oh, Luke can be on. Luke can be on. This is what I mean. Luke can be on. AQ FYP going to boom. Luke is on. Yeah, Luke can come on and defend himself. Like I said, there's nothing to defend, is there? Literally nothing to defend. And if you all want to go over and watch Luke now, there's no hate from me. Go and see what Luke said, and you know what I mean. You can respond. Should we see what? Should I play? Should I play actually? Should I see what Luke says, and I can react in real time again? Give me a second.
Right, I'm trying to have a conversation.
Luke the judge.
Chester, who, the little pissant Chester, and this is evil Chester I'm referring to, the racist, transphobic, homophobic person who bullies women with mental health problems, has now come out and said he's got in touch with Evil Queen, who he has been absolutely transphobic about. I've still got the messages, and I've still got that. So now apparently Evil Chester is saying I made the fake account. I can't even keep a straight face. I made the account regarding Evil Queen, and I was the one that was racist to Sheps in the comment.
That's not true.
Chester, my darling.
That's not true at all.
Said alcoholic, yeah, and an often thingy user. You know, we know you like the snow, because you used to take the money that I used to give you for food and that, and you and Glenn used to go and sniff it up your nose, mate. You know, Glenn, you know, the one you accused of being your abuser, but 8 months ago you were sat in bed with him on a lot.
Yeah, Luke wasn't behind that account, guys, by the way. I'm not going to be one of them people.
You sent me. Have you forgot the messages you sent me about me and Miss Red not going for EQ? Have you forgot the messages that I've got with you saying you and Miss Red know it was her and you're not pulling her down? So, you went against me with Prince Brat and you did all these lives on me. Why did you never out the fact that I was racist and that it was me? Why didn't you do that? Why has somebody told you today to contact Evil Queen, who you've been extremely transphobic to, telling her that something she used to have attached to her body should be put on her head? Why would you get in touch with Evil? And please, the whole app, we would like you to provide receipts of me sending you EQ's number. I'd like the receipts of me ever sending you EQ's number. And before any of your team can doctor them, we would like to see the number. We would like to see the number.
What do you mean, team? You better not be talking about me again, because I'll go ham.
So why didn't you tell everybody that it was me when you outed me with Prince Brat and you all tried to take me down? Why have you woke up today and decided after everything I've said, because I've got a lot of people in my inbox, Chester, wanting me to do this live on you. Got a lot of people in my inbox I didn't think. So why didn't you out me? Why didn't you out me for my racist remarks 3-4 months ago? Why have you got into contact with EQ and told her it was me? TikTok's a very strange place now, Chester. And
one thing I will say quickly is that if that's the case, if you want to go down that avenue, you ain't throwing no shade there, is why did you use Zach Stad as an excuse today and saying about Pearl, you got Zach Stad on in case when you believe Pearl was set up? You've said to Pearl off the app that you believe Pearl was set up by Zach Stad. So why would you have used that as a weapon then? Just saying.
I want receipts.
Just saying.
I want to see receipts of it being me. I want these receipts because, Chester, I'm going to put up the WhatsApps later of you going mad about me and Miss Red not calling EQ out on it, because I believe I said something along the lines of I'm still not convinced it was her, she wouldn't be that stupid. Didn't you voice note me some quite interesting things? So let's keep going, right? Let's get the WhatsApps out and let's tell the truth now.
Just a quick one. Has Chester actually said this about Evil Queen? I don't even know. I haven't even seen Chester today. Has Chester actually said anything about this Evil Queen stuff? Because I don't even know anything about this. I don't speak to Chester off the app, so I don't even know. Has anyone? Yeah, he has. Okay. I don't know about this. This is new to me. This is real time.
Right? It's totally your choice.
This isn't the real time. I don't know.
But these people are now wondering why I'm switching up.
Oh, is it Karmato? I don't know.
You dig at me and you dig at me and you dig at me. And I sit there and smile. Then see you all on the FYP. Chester, you're calling me out for a boxing match. Let's go. Give me your postcode. I'll arrive up. We'll meet anywhere you want. You come on your own. I'll come on your own. And we'll go for it, yeah? Boxing match, me and you. Yeah? You call me a peanut head. You've got the head of a rhinoceros, mate.
It's hilarious, this, isn't it?
Your hair doesn't even want to stay in your head, mate. Your hair's jumping off your head away from you. Yeah?
Oh, God's
peanut
sake.
head. Right?
I can't slag Luke off, sorry. I do this all the time. I offer everyone out for boxing matches all the time. I'm sorry. I ain't lying to you. I can't slag him off. I'm the same.
Going to EQ, why don't you tell EQ the transphobia? Why don't you go and tell EQ the transphobia you've said about her? Joanne's got it all on her phone saved. Joanne's got all of it saved. The transphobia remarks. And then you're going to make out I'm a racist. You're a racist, Chester. You're a racist. Not me. You are the racist. Transphobic and homophobic, yeah? So, everybody look at my story. You'll hear what Chester has... Oh, God. You'll hear what Chester has voice messaged Evil Queen today. Oh, hi, Chelsea. I got your number from Luke. You begged for a number. I've never
Thank you,
given
Susan.
his number to you. You begged for it. You begged. So whatever you and Pearl and anyone's got going on in the background, don't include me. Yeah? Do not include me.
Why is he mentioning Pearl again? For Pearl's not
You
involved.
want it all to be out there about Glenn as well, Chester?
He's losing the plot, this geezer is. He's lost the plot, this guy has lost the plot,
I'm
mate.
prepared to leave it all alone. I've had my rant, I've had my say, but if you want me to get in the boxes and we'll do a live on you, we'll fucking do it, mate. Don't include me in your shit, yeah? Oh, Luke, I got Luke laughing about racism. No, that's you, mate, not me. I don't laugh about racism. It's not fucking funny. So your little plan's faltered again because you all think I'm going to sit silent and let you dig at me. Not happening. Not happening anymore. Because all you fuckers are jealous of the fact that I do a little bit well on TikTok. Do you know what, guys? People only come for you.
No one's jealous, I've told you this. If I wanted to have a massive platform, I would be friends with all of you because my platform would skyrocket, but I don't wanna.
That just tells me who you lot are. I don't know who gave you Evil Queen's number. I don't know who gave you it, but it just tells me who the fuck you are, yeah? Messaging her after all the transphobia. And it wouldn't even surprise me if after I did my live, Evil Queen reached out to you and told you what to say, because you're that thick in the head, right? But none of you are going to take me down. None of you are going to silence me. So keep fucking going, yeah? And this all circles back round to Miss Red, doesn't it? You're all bitter and jealous of Miss Red's platform, yeah? So keep your bullshit up. And we'll show all the receipts, but you won't be able to show me a receipt at all of me sending you Chelsea's number. And if you do have a receipt, I want you to screenshot, do a video and show it came from my number. Yeah, you little pissan. You're a pissan pisshead, yeah? And let's go back as well to what you said about Delusive as well. What did you say about Delusive not being allowed near schools? What did you say about Delusive not being allowed near schools? But you didn't say that, did you? Get House of Deville. When House of Deville comes live, guys, show House of Deville all the love and go and ask House of Deville about Evil Chester. So go into spam House of Deville with loves. Go and send her a rose, send her a heart me, and everybody ask her about what Evil Chester said about her. Yeah? Anyway, lots of love to you all. I'll be back Monday to address everything. He was horrible to Lana as well. Why is she so angry? Who's so angry? Me. I'm angry because little pissants, right? Please come off live before you say something you regret. I'm not coming off live. And anybody that WhatsApps me and tells me to come off live, you are getting blocked and demodded. Yeah? Right? I can take all the hate, people saying I look like an angry les and whatever. I can take all that. But one thing you will not do, you little pissants, is lie about me and saying that I made a fake account. Yeah? When I've got the receipts of you, Chester, going mad at me because I wouldn't call you.
Can you go over now, guys, and spam his chat, right?
Oh,
Just the 1 minute, please. Can you go over now, guys, and spam his chat saying, can you show the proof of Alex then, please, being involved? Because he wanted to spend
Alex is not involved whatsoever.
I'm live and do this.
Oh, and first of all, Luke, it's called a pisshead, not a pissant.
Chance.
Okay, darling. And yeah, darling, you did give me EQ's number. Why the fuck would I have it if you didn't give it me? And darling, you're just getting really upset now because the truth is coming to the point now that you're coming out that you're a liar. Darling, you can. I mean, I love watching this little lesbian walking. Sorry, rushing around the place knowing that she's been caught out. I would say she.
Luke, before we continue with this, Chester, what's this to do with Evil Queen, mate?
With the Evil Queen thing, I've just spoke to her about it. I have just confirmed to her about an hour ago that he did make a fake account, which he did.
You didn't, mate.
No, yeah, he did, Alex.
Chester, please believe you. Between me and you know what I mean? I'm not getting, you know me. Obviously, I've got my...
No, Alex, it's not.
For a fact that was, mate. Honestly, now that
no,
was
it's not that one, Alex. I told her it wasn't that one.
The one that was going in Shepherdess's life was her herself. That was not Luke.
No, I said that it wasn't that.
Chester, for me, mate, just you know when you're having a back and forth with someone, you lose arguments when you try and speak to that woman, mate.
I didn't say it was that one.
You don't. But the thing is, mate, like that's the worst person to speak to. Worst person to speak to. That is.
Oh, here we go.
No, he's literally the worst. It's the worst person to speak to, mate. That is. You should never go to EQ.
I didn't say it was that one. Well, I said a lot
Mate,
about
yeah?
work.
Let me say this in front of everyone.
What are you going to do?
You're the one. Shut your mouth.
What are you going to do, Mal?
Racist little twat. I will meet you anywhere tonight. Tell me where to come and I'll meet you anywhere. You little alcoholic lying bastard. Alex, you are a real one and you stood by me, but you can see the bullshit that this little prick is doing right now.
Luke,
you can see it.
Yeah, Luke, 1 minute, right? 1 minute, Luke. Yeah, 1 minute.
No, Alex, he is just accused me of being behind. Alex, I'm going to out him for everything that Joanne's got, Beth's got. I'm going to out him all later. And you have sat with this person, right? I'm going to out it all later. You are a little pisshead, alcoholic, druggy cunt, mate. And I'm going to slap you silly when I see you, you little shitbag cunt. Yeah? You transphobic little rat. Yeah? Tell everybody now what you said about Evil Queen. Come on, unmic and tell everybody what you say about Evil Queen. Where should she put the thing? Where should she put the thing that she used to have, Chester?
What did you say, Luke?
Where should you... I've got all the voice messages. Where should you put it?
What did you say about everyone else?
You're
a liar.
What did you say?
Said a lot.
I'll tell you what,
you said
Chester,
you're a fucking liar.
send me your postcode.
You know damn well. You said a lot about everybody on this app.
You racist, transphobic, homophobic, little bully of women rat. The next woman you bully, the next woman you come for, I'm going to slap the head off you. Go to the police, do what you want. The next woman you bully on this app that's got mental health issues, I'm going to slap the head off you. Yeah, and I'll do it on a live, right?
Okay then, can you please bring the women up
You
then?
think you're a big bad man, Chester?
Can you please bring... Excuse me, can you please bring the women up then?
You little rat cunt. You're a little rat who lied about a man abusing you because you were in love with him. You're a liar. The minute that man got a boyfriend, the minute shut your mouth when I'm talking. The minute that man got a boyfriend, the minute... All right, tell everyone about the stalking.
You're a liar.
Let's talk about the stalking. Let's talk about the stalking on Facebook. What did you get your mods to do? Did you get your mods to stalk him where he was and go meet him in the pub? You little weirdo. Now, the next woman you bully, the next person you bully, I'm going to slap the head off you in front of everybody. Listen to me now clearly, cunt. Alex, you're a real one. Speak to you later.
I can't get a bloody word in. Fucking hell, it's like fucking madness in here. Anyway.
Wow.
I just can't get a fucking word in. I just wanted him to correct something. I didn't want fucking... Honestly, I just wanted him to literally correct something. Then obviously it wouldn't have carried on. Jesus Christ, this is mad, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Absolute lies, Luke.
Chester, like I said, mate, like I said, please... Going to Evil Queen was a fucking bad move, mate. Honestly, it was. Like, honestly, pal, look, as much as, you know what I mean, mate, like I said, no hate from me, but going to fucking Evil Queen couldn't have been a worse move, mate. Because arguments then have totally lost when you've tried to side with that fucking vermin. Honestly, mate, you know,
yeah,
we'll make poor choices.
Alex is fucking lying.
No, but mate, the thing is, like, no matter even if the situation is what he's saying, he might not be 100% truth to what you know. At the end of the day, siding with her, mate, it's just fucking, mate, Pearl's going to not be happy as well, mate, because look what she said about us all, mate. Look what she said about Pearl's granddaughter, mate, as well. You know what I mean? Evil Queen's after Pearl's granddaughter, mate. You know what I mean? Just honestly, mate, sometimes, like you said, even if you have a back and forth with someone and stuff like that, that's how it's kept between you two. Talking to, let's say, just say the enemy, because that's what she is. She's targeted your friend's granddaughter, mate. You know? I think it was just a poor choice to speak to her. You can speak to whoever you want. It's your life. You're an adult, mate. But for me, it's a really poor choice to make. And like I said, that whole fake account, EQ fake account, I know that wasn't Luke, 100% not. I know that was...
No, he's forgetting what I said about that fake account. I didn't say that it was the one what went into show receptor. There was a different Alex. Alex, I didn't say that was that one.
I don't know, mate. But you're the one, you said the one that went into Shepherdess's live being racist. That was the account.
No, he has been in there.
But that was EQ though. That was EQ, mate. 100% it was. I remember that account, and you know what? Like an idiot, I did have the proof, but for some reason, it's disappeared now because someone sent me the full proof, and I never outed it before because I kept it in the locker ready for the one day, and it literally was me clicking the account and seeing the whole name. It was a screen recording, not a screenshot. You know what I mean? It was literally her account. And I had that in the locker ready, but unfortunately, for some reason, it seems to have fucking gone somewhere. So I know that for a fact. It was never Luke that one, and I corrected it before because Luke was getting accused back in the day as well, and other people. Corey got a blame for him back in the day as well. There's a few others that got a blame for it back in the day as well. And I knew for a fact, full-blown fact, that honestly wasn't Luke, mate. Really wasn't Luke. It had nothing to do with Luke.
Guys, I'm not an EQ payroll.
But please, mate, you need to think about it. Think about this choice of contacting her and letting her use you as a weapon, because she doesn't give a shit about you. She'll pick the information that you have that she wants to use and manipulate and twist and throw you under the bus and throw every other fucker under the bus. That's what's going to happen. You will be used as an scapegoat. Oh, he's been bananaed. He's been bananaed, guys. It's come up harassment and bullying. But like I said, I think there was a poor choice. There was definitely a poor choice made there. Like I said, I would never ever side with that woman every month for some days, like I said. But I'm also not going to dig someone else out on that because, like I said, everyone makes poor mistakes. Everyone makes poor choices. If Luke wants to go at Chester, that's Luke's choice too now. But like I said, that was a very, very poor choice to do. I wouldn't have gone to them lengths of having a disagreement with someone. I just wouldn't have done it. It's just not what I'd want, you know.
Alex, you know that wasn't me. You fucking know that wasn't me. And to go to her and tell her he used to beg me, Alex, for her number. Alex used to beg me, oh, please get her to follow me and all that. I said, I can't give out her number, mate, I can't. And him to go to her and do that, Alex, that's disgusting. That is disgusting.
I've just voiced my opinion to him just a minute ago.
And I just said to you, no matter what's going on, you are a real one. You've always had my back. You've always been there. You are a real one, Alex. And I've just said that to you, right? I wasn't there for you when all that shit happened with the fucking Kelly and the seat scenario, and I regret it. I should have been, and I wasn't, right? I don't want battles with anybody. I just want to go on, do my FYP, and be left alone. But for him to do that and go to her and do that, that is disgusting. Now she's going to run with that, and you know what's going to happen now, Alex.
But Luke, you know as well as yourself, like you said, you know situations. But you know today, you know when you went live, and I even said in my live, I don't know if you sent the screen recording. I said no one's going to dig you out for going live because I've done that myself. When you've heard something and you've just gone live to voice it, and that I do that all the time. If I got it wrong, I will apologise to Alex. I get digged out all the time in lives.
Yeah, I understand. I get digged out by Pearl all the time. I love Pearl, but I get digged out. Alex, I get digged out all the time. Why does no one? Corey speaks to Canadian Angie. Why don't you go and have a row with Corey about it? Why does everyone always come for me? Why does everybody always come for me? When I had fucking 600 people in the room. Hang on, Alex, just please. When I had 600 people in the room, no one came for me. Now all of a sudden, tell me why, Alex. Tell me why you think. I'll respond.
I think it's because Pearl thought the most of you. I thought Pearl.
I reached out to Pearl 2 days ago and said, if you need me, I am here. She blanked it and went live and started slagging me about my decisions with Canadian Angie and things like that, right? And that is why. And you say she thinks the most of me. You think a lot of somebody. You don't go live and trash them. How many times have I been? Answer a question. Have I ever been live for the things that Pearl's done? Have I been live in the last year and trashed Pearl for the things that she's done I didn't agree with? No, I didn't.
No, but she's hurt, mate.
Don't go live. Don't go live. Have a go at me on the phone, Alex.
But you're talking about someone that's always done that. So for her not to go live, well, it's like me.
So how do you think when I see that on FYP, and then I've got every other FYP coming at me, so you think that's the right thing to do, to see a screen recording of somebody you love go at you? You think that's okay?
But look what's happened today off the back of you going live. Everyone, have you seen the comment section? I think you should look at the comment section. The switching up, the people going at Pearl, and literally you've got the wrong end of the stick today.
I'll say this very clearly, right? Anybody that goes for Pearl will be blocked out of my room. So if you put a comment up about Pearl and gone for Pearl, you will be blocked out of my room, and I will see all of them. Yeah, I will see every single comment, and I will block you.
But you can't do that though, Luke, because these people are backing you, right? These people are backing you because they love you, and that stuff that you've said, they're backing you. So you can't block people because of things that you've said. You can't do that.
I don't have my people in my room go at people. We're not like other rooms. We ain't the Evil Army. We ain't the Hive. We ain't the Cult. We're not like that. We don't go at other people, and I don't endorse it whatsoever. I heard things this morning and I reacted because I'm sick of things being held over me. And that's, Alex, that's all I've got to say, mate. You're a real one. Never wanted to fall out with you. Never wanted to fall out with Pearl. And that's all I've got to say. I've got no more to say. I ain't got no more to say. But I won't have that little fucking pissant. I won't have that little pissant go to Evil Queen and tell Evil Queen that I was the racist. It was Evil Queen. And do you know what? Just because he's done that, I'm going to put up what I was sent by a screen recorder, proving it was her again. Right? Loads of love to you all. Alex, you're unblocked. Message me.
All right, sound. So yeah, that escalated as much as I didn't want it to go down that stream. But like I said, it was taken wrong, and like Luke said, if he has been taken wrong, he apologises for me. Thank you, Namra. It's over. Like I said, it's up to Pearl and what Pearl wants to speak about. I'll be supporting Pearl. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, hopefully it doesn't escalate and people can move on from the situation. Like I said, today, the live today wasn't what was thingy, but like I said, each their own. People can go live and do whatever they want. I don't. Do you know what? I'm pissed off now. Like I'm pissed off with the whole situation now. I come on live and I just wanted to try to clear my name. I felt that I've done nothing wrong. But now I've got the fucking this EQ situation I've got to deal with now. Everyone's hurt, not just Luke. Everyone's hurt in this scenario. Pearl's hurt. And now I've got to deal with this fucking situation now after the backlash of this, because I know for a fact now Pearl's going to be upset with Chester and you know what I mean? Oh, do you know, I'm only one person, you know. I'm only one person. And you know what? Sometimes you do have the world on your shoulders when it comes to this app. I promise you now, you fucking do. It's never that easy on this app. Fucking not with me anyway, because I wear my heart on my sleeve and I'll help people out if I can. His EQ's winning it so bad. He's made a poor choice, you know. Chester's made a fucking absolute clanger. Absolute fucking clanger. Why would you give that woman any ammunition for the stuff that she's done? Oh, God's sake, man. Look after my mental health. My mental health is in good standing. I'm still allowed to be stressed and angry about situations, you know, I'm human. Oh, maybe have a group call. I'll chat to Pearl anyway, don't worry. Pearl will be sound, you know what I mean? Pearl will be fine. Wrong choice, not poor. Yeah, wrong choice, poor. I just worded that probably wrong as well. It's a shame, but I ain't going to be digging people out, you know what I mean? I'm not going to dig out Chester, 100% not. I'm not going to be digging out anyone, like I said. They've made a disgusting decision to contact that one. And that's my standpoint. I would never have done that. Never in a month of Sundays would have I contacted EQ. No matter what was the situation. Even if we had a massive row and it got really bad and Luke was saying the most horrendous things about me, there's no way I'd ever side with that woman. Never. No, neither of them. They're all in it for themselves and that. No chance. Pearl, we have your back. We've got Pearl's back 100%. 100% we've got Pearl's back. I'm just glad now that it's been acknowledged. Hopefully now, the people that are in this live, 1.9 thousand of you, have now acknowledged that maybe Luke has got that whole situation wrong. And I'm not digging him out. Like I said, he's done exactly what I've done in the past. Heard something and gone live about it. We've all done it. I've done it myself. But unfortunately today, it wasn't the right information. Like I said, it was done. It was not the... it wasn't right today. I'm glad that that's been acknowledged and, you know, we can kind of move on from that situation now. So all the people that have been digging out Pearl today, shame on you. Shame on you as people. That's all I'm saying. How pathetic, get a job. Who better? Me. How pathetic, get a job. I don't know. Oh my gosh, what's happened? I think a lot's happened today, to be fair. I think it was just meant to be. I think this Saturday was just meant to be all drama. I think today was just destined to be drama. I'm okay, Miss Remy. I'm fine, thank you very much. I'm okay, you know. No, I'm not okay, but I am okay. I'm glad things have been put to bed now. I'm glad, literally, things have now been acknowledged and we can move on from that situation. Hopefully, like I say, I'll speak to Pearl. This situation now has really pissed me off. Like, oh my God, why EQ, man? Out of everyone, why her? It's like giving Putin the red button, and it, you know, it isn't. It's mad. It's crazy. It's crazy, you know. Maybe this was needed to clear the air. Possibly. Maybe we needed this to clear the air. Thank you, Namrata. Maybe this needed to happen. But like I said, all these now in people saying things that, oh, Alex is up to this, Alex is up to that. I'm not up to anything. I'm pretty sure now that me and Pearl have cleared our names. We're not up to no snidey stuff behind the scenes and all this stuff about like, oh, but this person's whatever. I'm not involved in any secret conversation to bring anyone down. I don't speak to Chester off the app, you know, and that's not because I've got any hatred towards the guy. I just don't speak to him off the app, you know. I only speak to him in boxes and that, you know. So yeah, there's no concocting plans or anything like that. Neither is Luke. Alex, let's be honest now. No, I'm not saying he has. I'm not. When have you ever said that Luke's concocting a plan? I've never once said Luke's concocting a plan. And that's what I mean. That's sometimes when comments say things, you know. Sometimes comments say things and someone will read your comment and then go off the back of that. I'm going to be real with you. I've not said it. Would never have had you and Pearl down as a snide. Definitely never. I've got no reason to be snidey. If I've got an issue with you, I think by now you've come to the conclusion I will go live and I will have it out with anyone in any box anywhere. You've seen me. I was in fucking Canadian Angie's live against Canadian Angie, EQ and Sack on my own. Do you not recall that fucking about 8 months ago or 6 months ago, whenever it was? Do you not remember that? I don't need people to be backing me. I don't need to do that. You know what I mean? I will 100% have my own back in any live with anyone. I don't need people. So if I have an issue with you, I will have an issue with you on the app. I don't need to do the sneakiness. I don't need to do the fakery. I'll keep it real with you 100% of the time. Sometimes I'll keep quiet on situations because I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to, you know what I mean, cause any drama. But if there's an issue there, there's an issue there. Simple as. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's right. That's what I mean. That's the day it happened, Kate. That's the day when EQ mentioned Pearl's grandchild. That was the day. Oh, do you know, I'm so stressed. I'm going to jump down for a bit, guys. I need to unwind for about 10 minutes. I need to just unwind. I need to go and contact Pearl. I'm going to see if Pearl's okay in that. And yeah, I might fire back up. If not, then I'll catch you in a bit. All right, on Pearl's live. All right, and I'll catch you in a bit.